Let us go. Spawning in the top right-hand corner of Hecate, we have our German Terran player, the Red Terran representing Team Mouse. It is HeRoMaRinE. And spawning in the bottom left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Polish Protoss player, the Blue Protoss representing Team Liquid. It is MaNa. Big Gabe versus MaNa. This is a rematch from last week, and we'll see if Gabe can get his revenge. We'll see if MaNa can make the magic happen again 2 weeks in a row. Oh boy, I am excited. For the time being, it is looking to be some standard openers here, going for a gate into Cybercore, into Nexus from the side of MaNa. Is scouting, looking for a proxy. I don't blame him. I don't blame him at all. Especially if HeRoMaRinE does hold a grudge, then checking for proxies is a wise move from MaNa. As he will be double checking, making sure that there is nothing cheeky going on from the side of the Terran. Checks his third base location outside the third and here in the center before going for a probe scout. Back at home, double gas opener. Double gas opener out of Gabe, so he's going for a faster factory. We've spoken about this. This could be typically one of three things. This could be reactored Reaper into Hellion for some Reaper Hellion harass. This could be an add-on swap and reactored factory with Cyclone production instead for mass Cyclone, for a Cyclone drop, or it could even be a Widow Mine drop, a committed mine drop opener as well. Regardless, faster factory is going to be on the way, and it will lead into one or a form of tech, a form of aggression. The probe scout does confirm the second gas. We do get eyes on the factory. We're being as annoying as possible, tasing away that SCV, but eventually we will be forced back. And HeRoMaRinE should get a kill on this probe before he really reveals his hand and reveals his build. So we'll see if MaNa can piece it together as a probe is going to go down. The SCV is saved. Reactor is on the way. Now, even though the factory is thrown down further away, we can still go for the add-on swap. So it looks like we're not going for an add-on swap, but we can still go for it nonetheless. It's a little bit inefficient, but it is hidden from the Protoss. Meanwhile, Twilight Council opener. I like this. Twilight Council opener out of MaNa is going to be quite safe here. Stargate play can be risky, especially against Cyclones, so it is going to be that Twilight Council instead. Blink Stalkers, but how many gateways is the question? 2-gate Blink, 3-gate Blink, or even 4-gate Blink Stalkers? I remember MaNa making use of 4-gate Blink quite effectively against HeRoMaRinE last week. Back at home, it is going to be a Widow Mine first. Okay. It's going to be a Widow Mine opener. Reaper dips into the main base, gets eyes on the tech, and we do confirm the Twilight Council. A nice scout from Big Gabe. Ooh, as he will lose the Reaper, but again, he was able to confirm the tech is aware of the Blink. Across the map, going for the CC on the high ground, getting into his 1-1-1. He keeps the reactor on that Rax, which means this Widow Mine drop could actually incorporate some of the Marines as well. Marine Mine as a medevac drop, as an initial drop, is not unheard of. We have seen Bjorn and Maru be quite fond of it. The way this works, yep, there we go. Only one Widow Mine. So it looks like it is going to be a Mine Marine drop. The way this works is the Widow Mine actually zones away the Stalkers, and the Marines, they kill probes instead. The Marines are the ones that deal economic damage as the National is being taken. Back at home, we're still building up our production. 2 gateways for the time being from MaNa. Here comes that drop. And my apologies, I assumed it was going to be a Marine Widow Mine drop, but it is only a mine drop. Oh, right, sorry. I thought it was only one Widow Mine. It is 2. So it's just going to be a standard mine drop straight to tank production. The way this works is the mines are to scout. Really, there's a scout that's to confirm. Fast tanks means we are safe against 4-gate Blink. Widow Mines are coming in. MaNa, he does respond. He does have eyes on this. Some boys are being pulled, and the mine shot's going to go off. No! Ooh, big mine shots. 5 probes go down, and MaNa a little bit overconfident there. Attacking with the workers did not pay off, and just like that, the mine drop has more than paid for itself. Likewise, HeRoMaRinE, he confirms only 2 gateways, and he confirms that he should be safe back at home. As he's racing back, tanks are moving out, so knows he doesn't have to be too defensive, and he's looking to meet up with this army. He has the high ground. Stalkers able to engage. Oh, HeRoMaRinE, he gets caught out a little bit, actually. But again, with the high ground, he does hold. Tank sieges up and does force MaNa back. As MaNa rotates around, almost comes across that medevac. Almost. As the tank count is getting higher and higher. Behind this, we're getting into charge loss and a Templar Archives. Okay. Very interesting. Auto Tower comes in. Getting a couple of probe kills. Getting a couple of workers. As basically MaNa, he delays his own third base in favor of the charge and the Templar Archives. Very interesting choice. So delayed economy here by MaNa just to have faster tech. So a bit of a safer response. Meanwhile, HeRoMaRinE moving out with his Marines. Likewise, the tank count is building up. We have how many tanks? 3 tanks. 3 tanks in total. And then we get into the add-on swap. Again, we don't need additional tanks. We only did need them if we had to be defensive. But we confirmed the lack of gateways. Stim is on the way. And his drop does head out towards the main. MaNa, he has a couple of high tempo, but they're exposed. There we go. Stalkers, they blink into the main base. We do get a feedback of. But the Marines, they are unloaded. High Templar goes down. It's so close. And yeah, it does fall. Big pick off. 5, 6, 7, 8 probes go down. Oh my god, this is becoming too much. 10, 12 worker kills. And we're snowballing out of control because that is 15 probes. That is the entire mineral line. Across the map, MaNa, he's pretty all in. He has to push in across the map instead. He has Stalkers. He has Storm on the horizon. But we have tanks in position. We're not going to get any damage done. We blink on forward. We shut the Stalkers down. GG gets called. That is game. That is HeRoMaRinE taking game number 1. GG. Again, MaNa having a very rough start. Remember, the initial mine drop killed 5 probes. He delayed his own third base, so he fell further behind in the economy. He rushed into Storm, but before he could really get into Storm, that Marine drop snowballed out of control. That was game-ending damage from the Marine drop. MaNa was all in. His only chance was the Hail Mary play into the main, but Gabe was in position. GG. Oh, meanwhile, where is Naruto? There we go. We're getting a bit. As we're settling into game 2. Again, HeRoMaRinE was in full control of that game. Was in full control, and now MaNa, he's at a deficit. He has to fight back here and now to force the ace match. The pressure is on. Can MaNa do it again? I don't think that last game was really... I don't think it was really representative of the potential of MaNa, right? Like, MaNa is a great player. He had amazing games last week, but he stumbled out the gate here in game 1. Like, game 1 was brutal from almost the beginning. So hopefully we can bounce back. As we're loading into game numero 2. And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Golden Aura, we have the German Terran player. The Red Terran representing Team Mouse, leading the series 1-0. 1 game away from making it into the semi-finals. It is HeRoMaRinE. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Polish Protoss player, the blue Protoss representing Team Liquid. Down in this series, he needs to fight back here and now to force the ace match. He needs your support. It is MaNa. Here we go. And again, I'm hoping that MaNa can bounce back. Hoping at least. Again, I do want this to go the distance. I want the ace match, regardless of who wins. I won a game 3, but it's not on me. It is on MaNa. Once again, he's checking for the proxy. He's making sure that HeRoMaRinE doesn't cheese him out. Checking for the Raxes before going across the map. And once again, 2 games in a row, double gas opener. It is going to be a double gas opener here by HeRoMaRinE, Faster Factory. To reiterate what I said in game 1, this means this is going to be leading into a faster factory and can lead into a faster Widowmine drop, as we saw in the last game. That's Widowmine drop could lead into reactored Cyclones, into a Cyclone drop instead, into committed Cyclone play, could lead into Reaper Hellion. We have options. We have options that we can go for. All of them aggressive, of course. HeRoMaRinE, he already found success with his mine drop. We'll see if he can replicate that. Once again, the factory is thrown down next to the CC. This time, HeRoMaRinE walls off, so you can see that the probe scout doesn't know what's going on. We can check the high ground, and seeing nothing here means that it could still be an economic opener. there could be a CC further back in the main, hidden. So it could be economic for all MaNa knows. So he is, again, in the dark, playing with incomplete information. Back at home, MaNa going for a Gate Cyber Expand, standard opener. Protoing out those Adepts. Meanwhile, it's going to be Reacted Reapers. This looks like Reaper Hellion. Let's go. We have 2 Reapers on the way. There should be a Hellion behind this as well. Quite an aggressive opener out of HeRoMaRinE. There it is. Hellions are on the way. CC gets thrown down. A little bit misplaced. Probe tries to come back in. Ooh, is going to be shut down by the Reapers. And we are continuing Reaper production. So, the way this works is we're going to be getting across the map, and the goal is to kill probes. The goal is to get economic damage done with Reaper Hellion. This is going to hit quite hard. We're going to be going up to 3 Reapers and 2 Hellions. We could even go up to 5 Reapers and 3 Hellions, depending on how aggressive we want it to be. Adepts are in position. Ooh, 1 Reaper goes down. Bit of an overextension there by HeRoMaRinE. Behind this, it's going to be a Stargate opener. Okay. Stargate openers can defend against this. We can lift up the Hellion. That's the important part. We can lift the Hellion and shut this down. Hellion's going to be forced back, but we are reinforcing with another. And behind this, we're getting into our 1-1-1. Working towards Marines and even a Cyclone. So we go. Reaper Hellion pushing on forward. We do want to pick up on that Adept. We do get it, but we trade out the Reapers. We lift up the Hellion, and we can shut this down completely. Reapers are targeted. Only the 1 Hellion survives. We're going in for a scout. This has not been worth it for HeRoMaRinE. He does kill one of the Adepts, though. But he gets cleaned up, checking the vision, checking the scouting. HeRoMaRinE, he didn't see much. I mean, he's aware of the Stargate. He's aware of the Phoenixes. But bleeding out 2 Hellions and 4 Reapers was not worth it. So a nice moment here for MaNa. Likewise, we should be repositioning this CC soon. Momentarily. Working towards a Cyclone drop. Cyclone and a handful of Marines. We're moving out. We are moving out across the map, but we get spotted! We got spotted by the Phoenixes as they do shut the drop down. Ooh, a bit of miscontrol as we picked up a Marine. Oh, we were supposed to pick up the Cyclone, so a bit of a misclick there. As the Cyclone shuts down one of the Phoenixes already. So this was a nice pickoff from HeRoMaRinE. Getting a Phoenix for a Marine. Good trade. Reinforcing with a second Cyclone. Heading towards the 3rd base. Pushing on forward. Meanwhile, MaNa still amassing his own army. Gabe, he does get on top of that probe. Gets a probe. He wants the Adepts if at all possible. And we do lift up one of the Cyclones. Cyclone does go down. And we should be able to clean the rest of this up. I say that, but we are breaking through. Medevac gets targeted. One of the Stalkers does barely survive. There is no shield battery, by the way. Very risky defense here by MaNa. Pylon falls. We threaten the 3rd base. MaNa a little bit distracted here by the Lib. Liberator rocks up, distracts the Phoenixes. And do we cancel the base? Okay, we don't. We do pull back. HeRoMaRinE, he knows that he doesn't have much longevity left here with his army. He will pull back, reinforces with more Cyclones, hoping to catch out those Phoenixes. Uh-oh, and he will. The Phoenixes! We catch them out, and oh my god, the lock-on is real. We do get barely not a Phoenix, but they take a lot of damage. They take a lot of hits. MaNa, his Phoenixes are battered and bruised. Now we throw down a shield battery. As we work towards a bay, towards eventually Colossus production. Cyclones are still amassing. We're still reactoring Cyclones, by the way. Getting to our 3-1-1 setup. Cyclones are amassing. Raven is here. MaNa in quite a bit of trouble, actually. Shield battery isn't done. Just now finishing. Just now finishing off the disable of the Immortal. We do disable the Immortal. The Cyclones, they try to target down those Phoenixes, but it looks like, yeah, Phoenixes are falling, but we focus down the Cyclones one after the other. HeRoMaRinE is being forced back, but the kiting, oh my god. He cleans up the Phoenixes. Again, a really messy fight there for MaNa. He does preserve the Immortals, but he lost almost every Phoenix. And HeRoMaRinE still has a Cyclone army. Still has a terrifying force. As now he's taking his third. Landing it on location. MaNa is building up towards Colossus. The problem is, again, he's been bleeding out so many high-tech units in the lead up to this. Things are still looking very risky here for MaNa. HeRoMaRinE is so assertive. He's so aggressive. We have an 8-gate explosion. MaNa, his third base is now fully saturated. HeRoMaRinE, his own, is saturated as well. The problem here is that HeRoMaRinE has an on-par economy with the Protoss. HeRoMaRinE has a better economy than the Protoss, I would say. As of course you have to add in those mules who are amassing and working towards a Marine Marauder transition. Looking at the trades, HeRoMaRinE, he was able to get, what was that, 5 Phoenixes for 4 Cyclones. Did lose a Raven, that is true. Didn't help. MaNa trying to hold on. A little bit of a kitchen sink of an army here. He goes for a Colossus, but behind it he goes for a War Prism. Now working towards the Templar Archives as well. So his army isn't looking too impressive here as the Cyclone. The Prism! No, the Prism is going to go down. Big pickoff. Ay, ay, ay. A massive catch. And MaNa's in a lot of trouble. He will not be able to save that Colossus. He won't be able to micro. Yeah, we get the disable off. We stim on forward. We collapse on the Zealots. But it looks like we do have enough for Protoss. The second disable. No shot. The second disable on the army, but we're forced to pick up. MaNa, he will hold. And he will get a full medevac. Oh my god, it's so close. The medevac barely does survive. Does unload, but we should clean most of this up. Yeah, medevacs are going down. MaNa, he barely takes a fight. Cleaning up the Marauders. Whew, that was close. That was almost game, Papi. As MaNa is maybe overextending a little bit here. When I say maybe, I feel like he really is. Maybe focus on one of the Archons. You can see HeRoMaRinE, he wants that Colossus. Going for a Mind Drop. Pulling back. MaNa still being very active. How many Colossus do we have? 1. Still only 1 Colossus. It's so risky to defend with that. Mind Drop is coming in. One of mine is going to be shut down, but 3 more, they make their way into the main. And we do focus down the medevac. Oh, just barely it escapes. Phoenix goes down. Mine shot goes off in the mineral line as well. We have 1 mine left. Another shot goes off. 8 probes go down. And here comes the rest of the army. The reinforcements have arrived. HeRoMaRinE looking to snowball out of control. He has the supply lead. He has the economic lead with his 4th base soon to be on the way. Soon to be up and running. As he got 13 probe kills. Mind the Widow has a save. No shot. They're going to go off again. They reset. Oh, and we kill even more probes and even a Stalker. As MaNa's being pulled out of position. Yeah, HeRoMaRinE snowballing out of control. He goes for the Nexus. He will bring it down. But how quickly did the Nexus fall? In a matter of seconds. GG gets called. It's too much damage, and HeRoMaRinE will take the series 2-0. He gets his revenge, and he will advance on to the semi-finals. GG. GG, well played. Congratulations to HeRoMaRinE as he takes it 2-0. Does advance on. A big win here for Big Gabe. Ooh, he gets his revenge. He does redeem himself from last week. Did struggle a little bit against Aristry, but he brings MaNa down 2-0 in a dominant fashion. Again, HeRoMaRinE was very much so in the driver's seat in both Game 1 and in Game 2, and MaNa was dancing to his music, playing to the beat of HeRoMaRiNE's drum. Dancing to the beat of his drum. And GG, well played. Congratulations here to HeRoMaRinE. He does advance on into the semis where he has his next opponent ready and waiting. We already mentioned it. It's going to be a TvT. It's going to be a TvT between HeRoMaRinE and Spirit.